Welcome to Craig's Gun Channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the field strip procedure for the Brico Jennings 9 pistol. So we have our pistol right here. First step, of course, would be for firearm safety is always make sure the firearm is in fact free and clear of all ammunition. First step was we'll go ahead and remove the magazine. Magazine release button is on the side right here, so you'd push that. Then remove the magazine. Magazine's free and clear. Pull the slide back. We see the chamber area is also free and clear. So we're free to go ahead and disassemble the firearm. Now the disassembly button on the Jennings 9 is this little button right here. So basically what you would do is you'd pull the slide back, push the button down, then you could lift the slide up and off the frame. Now this is their nickel finish. It is kind of slippery, so I mean it's good as far as the finish goes. It is a little bit difficult to manipulate because it takes quite a bit of hand strength. It's hard to grasp a hold of it, and you have to pull the slide all the way back and push this button and lift up. And kind of juggling all of that is a little bit harder than what you might think. So what I found is, generally you pull it back, push the button, then you could lift up, and you kind of keep control of it because you have your recoil spring there, which you get away from you. So we'll set the slide there. Here's your recoil spring. It's got a little guide rod, and this section goes around the barrel. So we'll set that aside there. So we have our frame here. So the barrel is rigidly attached to the frame. This is our ejector right there. The extractor is mounted in the slide. When the slide comes back, this will catch the edge of the cartridge case, and that would kick it out in kind of an upward to the right action. This is our sear right there, which catches onto the striker, and when you pull the trigger, it just basically pulls that down. This is our safety right here. So when you would lift this up, that little lever right there goes underneath the post that's hooked to the sear and prevents it from being able to be pulled down. There's the little tab that goes in right there. That's what the magazine will push up against. There's a little shelf on the magazine right here. When the last round is fired, that little shelf will push up internally on this lever here, which will lift this up and cause the slide to be locked back. It also then puts it on safe. This right here is the action bar that pulls the sear down. This is also a counterweight type thing, so that if this would drop and hit down butt first, the weight and the inertia could possibly pull this striker down. So to help counteract that, it pivots on this pin right here. There's like a little weight section here, and the same inertia that would be pulling down on the sear is also going to be pulling down right here, which will then lift up and counteract that force. And that's how that inertia works. This is our disconnector. So when the slide comes back, it pushes down on that, which disconnects the trigger from the operating arm here, which would have the sear down. So when you pull the trigger, the sear comes down. So take the safety off. Gotta hold the safety off. The magazine keeps trying to push it up. So when you pull the trigger, it just pulls that sear down, like so. And then the disconnector, when you hit that, that would release all of that and allow the sear to come back up. This is as far as you need to disassemble this to clean it out. You have access here to everything. So you basically want to wipe it all down, clean it out, just scrub the bore out with a brush and some solvent. Give everything a light coating of oil for lubrication and corrosion prevention. On the slide itself, there's a metal post right there, and that's actually what engages the slide lock, which is this little section right here that kind of sticks up. So when the magazine pushes that up, it would lift that, and that catches this little steel post there. Now the reason they put that steel post in there, this is cast Zamak, and it needs that additional strength. Otherwise, that little metal shelf there will just dig into the slide and it would eventually just chew it up. So that little metal post helps prevent that from happening. But basically, You've got a hardened steel section right here, which is pressed into the Zamek frame. That gives you your hardened steel surface for the fire control and your breech face. Inside there you can see the spring and the striker assembly. Of course, the firing pin sticks out right there a little bit, the striker. So the sear would lock that back with the slide. When you pull the trigger, it releases it to fire the weapon. You have your extractor right there. And there again, there's no further disassembly that you would need to do with this. You can clean everything out, you know, kind of brush everything out, scrub it down, give it a light coating of oil for corrosion prevention and lubrication. You don't want it sopping wet because then dirt and grime and stuff will stick to it, but you want a coating of oil in there to you know, allow it to function smoothly. This metal section right here, that silver piece, which also then is right there, that is the retainer for the firing pin or the striker spring and the striker firing pin assembly itself. So to remove that, if you would ever need to, you would drive out this pin and then you can remove all of that. Generally speaking, for just routine maintenance, you don't need to remove that. So that's pretty much it. Reassembly is just the opposite. So first you would put the spring right in there like that. This would go over the barrel. So it would go in there first, like so. Then you would push the barrel toward that front opening. Get it to go through. Pull the slide all the way back. Push this in, and then it would go down. The slide comes down. And then let it come forward. And we're all reassembled. Put the magazine in, do a quick function test. Safety works, and it fires. And we're reassembled.